What it is, YouTube, you know who it is. It's your boy, the Moose, for the Moose Squad. Let's kick it. I can push play.
Please welcome the
Moose
in the house.
Okay, so I have a different kind of layout today. It's the luau. The luau was 3 hours long. It's different because we had a Polynesian dancer, and that should set off everything. So basically, it's a hula dancer. Polynesian dancer, luau dancer, hula dancer. You can call her a lot of different names. Basically, what she did was she took them on a tour of the different islands. Now, I didn't get all of it, the whole thing. Well, I recorded the whole thing, but I'm only going to show you a piece of it. Because, and I'll get into it after, my explanation of why I did it this way. So without further ado, let me go ahead and give you a walkthrough of what happened, of everything that's going on, what everything went on. So let's get into this, and then I will address the whole hula deal after. So let's go ahead and get this going. Okay, so this is my DJ setup. Now, first thing that people are going to say was outside. Well, we're in a tent. Actually, a Texas style open barn. This is what they call a Texas style open barn patio setup. They actually built these. Now, if you notice behind the DJ booth, there's an AC unit. The AC unit wasn't on, but they have an AC unit out here. Okay, so as I go through, I'm going to go ahead and explain my setup here. So as you can see, I got all white, specifically because I got lights underneath my speaker stands, and I have my sub, and I have my two tops, which are the Alto 15s, basically. The TS 315s is what they call. And then the sub is actually a JBL 18 sub. It's 77 pounds of pure wrought iron. Now, I know what you're going to say. And if any DJ gets on here and says it in the comments, because I know that I'm going to get a comment about it, but if you look in the back on the floor, you'll see a yellow wire. That's not my wire. And if it was, I would claim it in a minute because it was a 10 gauge wire. They had those wires plugged in for the ceiling fans that are in the building, and also different power situations that they need there. Yeah, so everything's like legit. And if you look over here in the back, towards where I'm sitting, if you look below me here, there's a red truck. That was the dinner truck. That was the Hawaiian roach coach. Yeah, so that was the Hawaiian roach coach, and it basically gave out Hawaiian food. And then right next to it, you don't see it, was a white truck, was shaved ice. So they had a shaved ice truck. Alright, so let's get into the video. Okay, so the moving heads are moving. That's Robert, that's my assistant. And here I go, I'm explaining my equipment. So then, as I peer on, we're gonna give the lights and everything else that I did. I'm gonna stop right there for a second. I had 2 moving heads. They're the UKING mini spot moving heads, and then I have them on top of the lights, which are 4 UKING lights. Now all my lights are UKINGs except for the mini spot in the minis and my disco lights. I will be using my disco lights on Halloween. But as you can see, that's my setup. And then we're going to go ahead and show you. Okay, so this is the clubhouse for the golf course. On the other side of this clubhouse is the actual caddy shack that's behind it. So the caddy shack is on the other side of this. And as you can see, I'm panning the golf course, and I'm actually right there. This tower that you see is in Maynard, Texas. That's not the original tower. I'm going to show you the tower from Gilbert Scrape later. Not in this video. Leave a comment below if you want to see Gilbert Scrape Tower. And I'll take you actually downtown Maynard one day and show you the store they use in Gilbert Scrape. And also I will show you the tower in Gilbert Scrape. So leave a comment below and I'll show you all that. And as you can see, I'm walking towards the dessert bar. So this is the dessert bar they had set up. Now they had some lights too already on top of the lights that I used. And in the picture a little later, I'll be able to show you the lights, how cool they actually looked. So and there's one of my up lights. Now I'm walking towards the okay, so now this is the tiki bar. There was 2 bartenders, and as you can see, they got cords of wood up here for their they actually, at this golf course, I kid you not, they have events up here. I looked at the events. They have events spread out on they're always using this. This is like their go-to. So then I'm walking past the cactus patch, which, okay, so this is the limbo. We did a limbo. And then this is the sign that you saw on the actual thumbnail. So this is where that came from. They had a balloon guy bring this in and do that. That's all they do, is they do this. Now, when he brought it in, it was already done. All he did was put it together. The palm tree part he had to put on, and he had to spell aloha. And if you could look in the back, there's like this bar thing that he put it on. So it was like, yeah, it's pretty fancy. Now in that truck, all he had was those letters. That was it. Those letters and the palm trees. That was it. That's all he had in his truck. And a couple here's and there's stuff. His power cords and all that. That's a limbo. And then this right here is the other game. I didn't catch this game, but I did do the limbo, and I'll show you when the limbo comes in. I really didn't get no footage on the limbo because I'll show you why in a minute. And that's the... Okay, now I'm going to show you the uplights. I have 7 of these uplights. These are the UKING uplights. if you notice how I got it turned towards the pillar, but if you at night, if you look at it, I'll show you what they look like at night. You'll be able to see it, how they really bring it out. These UKING uplights, they're battery powered. They are 8 hour. They last 8 hours. I got them in 2020, and they kick some butt. I lost one coming home from an event a long time ago, and I had to replace my okay, so here's where the people are coming in. Now this is an HOA event, so these people are actually the homeowners. The homeowners association of Shadow Glen was the ones who actually hired me to do this event. And there's the kids dancing. Okay, now this is the dancer. As you can see, it's actually 5 seconds of her dancing, and I'll go into that more after. Okay, now she's putting. Okay, now what she did was she changed skirts. What she did was she put on a traditional skirt that they used. Just a scenario. When the Christians came over to Hawaii, they didn't have any clothes. As we understand this, indigenous people didn't have clothing. Indigenous people, you see in the movies all the time that they have clothing. Well, technically they didn't have clothing because they didn't think that, how would I say this? Being an indigenous person already, I already know that there's a lot to it, more than anything. We used clothing. We used the buffalo, the tonka. We used buffalo. We used elk. We used deer. We used moose. We used bear. We used rabbit. We used skunk. And then we used raccoon fur. We used all those kinds of furs to keep warm during the winter. When we went from winter to summer, our clothing changes to the summer. Now we would actually go from winter to summer places, and so basically Hawaii, they were pretty much naked when the Christians got there. The Christians actually brought clothing and forced them to put clothing on. So basically the Hawaiians, when they were attracted, the Polynesian people, they were forced to wear clothing. So, and she's explaining that right now, that the difference between the green skirt and the pink skirt are two different things. And that's what she's trying to explain. So that's what's going on right here while she's changing. Now this is the Macarena. Alright, that's the Macarena. And I didn't do much of the Macarena, and there it is. I didn't get the limbo, but we did the limbo, and I recorded the limbo, but I didn't show it. But anyway, so that's pretty much it. Now, what I wanted to say is this, okay? I understand that the arts are beautiful. Now, y'all know how I am with certain gigs. First of all, children. I don't focus on children too much, and I don't focus on women that don't have clothing on but in bathing suits. I don't do that. I try not to, and there are reasons behind that. I'm very, very particular. You can follow my other channel, and I go into all this on why I don't do that stuff. But I'm pretty much, my mentality is this. I'm 50 years old. I'm a grandfather. I have daughters. Do I want a man to loathe after my daughter half naked? You see, the intention is great, but when it comes to me knowing that men are sick and gross, I don't think so. Not on my channel. So if you see, I'm letting it out, I'm letting you know that. So if you ever seen my pool parties, I'm focused on me. I'm not focused on the pool. I might give you a pan around like the July events as a pool party. I'm right not on top of it, but it's a pool party. But if you ever watch those videos on the 4th of July, they have a big pool party. That's why I don't do, if there's some dancing or something like that, I'll show it. But I particularly do this kind of videos with the 4th of July for that reason. Because the women are in bathing suits, and I don't want for somebody to get the right idea about my channel and try to flag it on YouTube. So that's basically because the hard R comes to mind, or the Spankavision comes into mind when it comes to me. Now, that's pretty much what I believe, and that's why I don't do it. So if you see events where I do this, I'll give you some things, but I know how people are, and they're gross. So that's why I do that. So I hope that gives you an explanation. I know I'm a DJ, but I'm a resourceful person. Anyways, that being said, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Ring that bell for more notifications for videos like this and countless others. Smash that like button and double deuces.
Subscribe! Caring is sharing. I like it. Comment!
A moves on a lose, a moves on a lose. It'll be party all day long. It moves on a lose, a moves on a lose. What are you waiting for?